Alright, this run shows off the Panther plus Lemon strat. The Panther doubles the food perk that is on it, and the Lemon it was changed so that it is you take 7 less damage twice. So at level 2 it would be 14, at level 3 it's 21, and at level 4 it's 28 less damage twice. Which means that you could actually get 56 more HP, which is very significant because that means that a 50-50 Panther with Lemon can actually survive 3 hits from another 50-50. So it's going to be one of the best possible late game abilities you can have. And it'll be able to kill 50-50 and then get another hit in, which is a very significant difference. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. There was another update on the test server. I believe they changed it so duplicate pets now cost 4 gold. I don't know if this is going to last. There's always like some amount of backlash, I feel like, with the most recent updates. But they wanted to change it so that when you combine 2 level 2 pets, you don't get like an additional level up, or there's like some cost for it. Because before they just got rid of it altogether, you could combine 2 level 2s and it would make a 2 and 2/3. And then they changed it so it does give you a level 3, but it doesn't give you an extra level up. And now when you buy a pet that you have 2 of on board, it costs 4 gold, which is very strange. You can actually see it right there. It's in the top right. But as long as you just combine the things beforehand, then it's back to 3 gold. So it's I guess you'll have to pay attention for that. I don't know if this is really going to actually stick around because I imagine people are not going to like this. But anyway, I should probably talk about what I actually have on the team. Like, it's fairly balanced now. I feel like there's a lot of things that you can actually end up taking. Level ups are still just really huge, though. They can give you a significant tempo or just, like, scaling advantage. So definitely want to save all the level ups, even if it costs you a loss. You have plenty of lives. Like, what's 1 life? It doesn't matter that much, does it? But Lobster is going to be like an insta-take. That's pretty much exactly what you want to see, especially when you have 2 level ups, because that means this tier 4 is going to get +2/+2. I'll take this toy. I think Toy Gun is the best one to take early on, because most of the time the thing in the back is not going to have 6 HP. I feel like a little bit later on you want to go for whatever it targets the lowest health enemy, so it actually kills something, which is always good, because then they don't get to attack, obviously. But yeah, at the start, I feel like that's pretty good. And then, I mean, Melon would be okay if I had something that I guess I want to keep around, but because I have Lobster, I'm just going to mostly pivot off of everything. I found that pivoting is usually pretty good. Lobster can kind of back into the meta a little bit, because a lot of the tier 5s and tier 6s are just so significantly better than anything else. So really do end up just like trying to pivot into all those. And T-Rex also the best scaler probably in the pack. And so if you can just pivot into all tier 5s and tier 6s, then it ends up being extremely good. And since Panther's now a tier 5, you can actually go Panther with T-Rex and it works out very nicely. So that's a synergy to look out for. And then there's like Lionfish and like Mongoose and the toys and everything that are also really nice. So going for the tier 5, waiting for this beaver level up, putting rice on it. I mean, why not get the extra gold? It's kind of like the old avocado where it used to be +2 gold before they changed it to +3. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of worth it. If you don't have anything else to do, just saving 2 gold for a later round, why not? So Poodle is not too bad. There's the Hatching Chick level up. Perfect amount of gold to get this level up, and then just take the tier 5 probably. So Axolotl is kind of weird because it gives permanent stats in battle. It's the only pet that actually does that. But if you happen to have like a tar or a snapping turtle that gives like a feint, or has a feint ability, gives like a splash attack or skewer to the back, that's permanent stats, which is really interesting. Raccoon is actually quite nasty in a lot of these because there's a lot of equipment, and usually you actually end up taking something pretty relevant, so I feel like Raccoon's pretty decent. Gotta look out for that. That's one thing that does absolutely hard counter Panther, is Raccoon, because it just steals the lemon, and then you have nothing, and its ability does nothing. I guess also weakness counters it pretty hard. It's kind of hard to counter weakness, so Bat ends up being really good as well. Wasn't really sure if I should sell anything, so just decided to stack the lobsters, and maybe next turn. Eagle got changed from tier 4 back to tier 5, which is what it is on the main game, but they made it so it always spawns the same stats. It always spawns a 5/5, 10/10 at level 2, and a 15/15 at level 3, which, you know, takes a little bit of the energy out of it, but still getting like a level 2 Eagle Pill can be absolutely massive depending on, you know, the RNG that you get, because if you get like a level 2 T-Rex, that's just incredible and just like a game-winning thing. So Poodle can go, because I just find that Poodle T-Rex doesn't really make too much sense. I mean, you can have like a tier 5, tier 6, and maybe the Hatching Chick as a tier 3, and that's 3 different buff targets, but I feel like just trying to pivot as much as possible here would be good. Rolling for a pill, chocolates. Didn't really find too much, but I think most likely thing to stick around at this point is going to be the T-Rex. And a solid +2, +1. Wow, so minimal, but at least it's free. I do think that T-Rex is maybe a touch too good. We'll see if it actually sticks around like this. They're still making some changes. It's just like a lot of small changes now. They're doing like a couple, which means maybe they're getting close to actually deciding to release this. But I mean, the fact that they're still coming out with updates means it's probably going to be like a couple weeks, I would imagine. Another lobster, why not? It is turn 10. Gonna want to pivot into those tier 6s. And I'm really trying to hard force Panther here, which is why I don't know if I'm skipping a lot more stuff than usual. Level 2, though, is pretty nice. Now 12 damage to the back. And of course, you can just sell it. I have been having like some fun with Flying Squirrel as well. I do think it's actually a really good unit. Because if you happen to get like a level 2, I don't know, puppy or something, or a level 2 stingray, then you just have Flying Squirrel and you can sell that level 2 and you just have a permanent level 2 toy. And that's just a ton of extra scaling that you get because like level 2 puppy's not that hard to get and you get +4, +6 every 2 rounds. Or like Flashlight would get +12, +12 every 2 rounds. And so if it does actually end up going late game, that's just some huge value out of Flying Squirrel. But it's finally time for Panther to exist. And let's go ahead and give it Lemon. So -14 damage twice. That's 28 extra HP. That's pretty crazy good. And goodbye Lobster, since I don't really need to pivot anything else. And I just need a way to scale it. Right now I have Hatching Chick and T-Rex, which is only +4, +3 a turn. So it's going to take a little bit to actually get to 50-50. But maybe I'll find another T-Rex or something. And then Lionfish in front just generally seems the best because it can pop like lemons and melons. Melon on Panther like is interesting because it kind of acts like a coconut, but I feel like the double trigger value from lemon is usually better, which is kind of strange because lemon's a tier 5, melon's a tier 6, but it still feels like it's better on Panther. And there's -21 damage twice, so that's 42 extra HP. And look at all those Panthers. Yeah, so that would have cost 4 gold, wouldn't have been able to buy it, so just have to combine and then do this. I guess that's one situation where it did kind of prevent me from getting the extra level up, but actually, yeah, I could have gotten another like Lionfish or T-Rex out of it, so a little unfortunate. But hey, that's one of those changes that, I don't know. I guess at least they have a reasoning for it. Probably should have put the Lionfish in front. Could have popped Melon. Might lose the round for it. A little unfortunate. Level 3 Panther, though. So here we go. -28 damage. So, like, it's pretty much guaranteed to live unless if there's, like, a cheese or, like, a salt, I guess. I was actually experimenting a little bit with salt on Panther just for fun. Because in theory, you could get quadruple damage from that. So if you have a 50-50, you could deal 200 damage at once. Same with cheese or fortune cookie, which would be kind of interesting. Just to see the number 200 appear, because that's like the highest number you can ever see. I'm pretty sure people can't even count above 200. Like, they haven't even thought about numbers beyond 200. At least I haven't. But another Panther on the team. I probably should look for more scaling, which is pretty much just T-Rex. But I guess I was thinking... I was thinking about actually giving it a pancake, I think, is the idea. Because that would double the pancake. Maybe a steak on it. Actually, I guess just a base stat Panther with steak is really good, because that's just 40 extra damage. That's pretty much instant 50 attack. And if I get it to like level 2, a level 2 Panther with just a steak. I mean, that's one way to just get like a really strong unit really quickly without having to scale. Another loss there. I was trying to go for some draws in the back because I wanted to get to 50-50s with Lionfish, but it hasn't really been working out too well. I should probably take another steak. I don't know why I skipped that. Maybe I was just really rolling for like the T-Rex level up and the Lionfish level up, but steak on T-Rex, Hatching Chick, maybe even Lionfish, although probably Melon Lionfish, although it could get one shot. But yeah, the Panther is going to help out quite a bit because the stats on the Panther and on the Lionfish, which will deal a whole bunch of damage, clearing out the rest of the team there. And it's turn 16, so... Like, I have noticed that the teams are starting to get a little bit better in the test server. People may be figuring out actually how to scale and how to play the game again. So maybe not going to be as free, because when I was doing those chicken runs, like, the amount of weak teams was just absurd. That it was just so easy to go chicken and get 50-50 shops. But I imagine that once this comes to the main game and time passes, then the teams will actually be good again. But right now, it's just free wins. And look at that, 5 T-Rexes. Luckily, that ended up being actually pretty weak, but I'll take it. And now I don't like the team's mostly complete. I kind of want to honestly just buy like mangoes on the biggest Panther because that would even out its stats, get it a little bit closer 50-50. Ooh, I could sell the Panther or sell the T-Rex to get level 2 Panther since it's the last turn. Not worth it, but it would maybe get this guy to 50-50 because it's so close. It gets +4/+4. It's at 49 attack. If that one attack actually cost me. Okay, not really. But the tiny house, unfortunate. That's a pretty good counter to the big Panther. So, unfortunate to run into that. You didn't really get to see the full value of what Panther can do. But still, Panther level 3 with Lemon, pretty amazing. Just an absolute tank. And thanks for watching. See ya.